I am productive, but that's beside the point. Okay, that ain't right. That don't seem right. Like my heart's pounding. I'm like, the whole point of this video is to swap screen time for reading time, and here I am failing. I am like living my alternate dream reality of being this age and running into Harry Styles. His best friend was one of the other singers in Renegade, aka One Direction, who her best friend, and let's face it, about 1 million fans, thought he was having a secret relationship with. If that's not Harry and Louis, oh my gosh. I asked you guys what kind of reading vlog you wanted to see next, and you delivered. Most of you wanted to see my screen time turned into reading time, which is like, you know, I've seen done a ton, but I made this little poll because I wanted to make a poll for what kind of reading vlog you want to see, because I want to make sure I'm doing stuff that you guys actually care about. But then I saw this creator, I apologize if I pronounced your name wrong, but Caitlin Washko, I saw her doing this where it's like screen time equaling reading time. And yes, I've seen other creators do this, but I saw this one recently and I watched it and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put that in the poll, and you guys picked it. Speaking of, she's a really awesome creator. I started watching her videos and then I subscribed because I liked them. And if you happen to be watching this, Caitlin, I would love to work together somehow, some way, because that would be fun. But anyways, all that aside, go check her out for sure. Right now it's Monday, and so I'm gonna be using last week's stats, obviously, because I can't, you know, determine today's because today hasn't finished up yet. So using last week's, we're going to use that time. And I just want a little disclaimer. I don't get on my phone. I mean, I'm on my phone for leisure, yes, obviously, but honestly, most of the time I'm on my phone is for work or like trying to grow my brand, my account, that kind of stuff. So like most of the stuff isn't even like I'm just on my phone for fun and I need to be doing something more productive. I am productive, but that's beside the point. Okay, let's see what last Monday's looks like. I also have to figure out how to even find it because I'm not tech savvy. Like I should be, but I'm not. Is it under general? No. How do you find it? Screen time, there it is. Okay, screen time. Okay, last Monday, 7 hours and 49 minutes. Okay, listen, like I said, okay, 2 hours and 25 minutes of YouTube. I usually use my projector or my computer, but this must have been a day I had it playing on my phone. That sucks. That's not fair. Camera, 1 hour 50, filming and all that kind of crap. Facebook. I'm never on Facebook. What was I doing on Facebook? That ain't right. That don't seem right. No, that don't seem right. What? Photos, Drive, TikTok. See, TikTok's not very much, so that's nice. That's insane. 7 hours and 49. Oh my gosh, okay, so we're just gonna have to dive in. I'm gonna set the timer on my tablet. If I don't finish in that day, it's gonna carry on to the next day, okay? Like, we're not gonna be super strict with ourselves. Like, I'm not gonna make myself stay up till like 2 a.m. to finish this if it comes down to it. I'm just gonna move it on to the next day. That being said, 7 hours and 49 minutes. Okay, before we start, here's the book that I'm currently reading. I am not super far into it, but it's a really small book. The Rule of One by Ashley and Leslie Saunders. I picked this up from Goodwill and knew nothing about it, so I just read the back, and it was basically like futuristic America. We're primarily taking place in Texas, and there's a rule where you can only have one child per household. Like, you can only have one kid, no more. And it's like strictly enforced, and I think this is kind of like, it's not post-apocalyptic, but it's that vibe where like we're running out of resources. It's hard to find fruits, vegetables, animals to eat, like anything. And so all the resources are super limited, which is why it's a rule of one, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, yeah, that sounds great. So I started reading it. So far, I'm really liking it. This would be a great movie. And I feel like even while I'm reading it, like my heart's pounding. I'm like, because basically our main characters, there's twins. And so one's a secret, and inevitably they're going to find out about it. And so we're seeing where that goes. So I'm liking it so far. This is really fun. I'm trying to base my reads from my reading journal, and like there's 3 or 4 reading challenges in that journal, and I'm trying really hard to get as many of those as I can before the end of the year. But I'm not going to be able to finish it because there's some things like the alphabet challenge. There's some letters I don't have books for, and I'm on a book buying ban till next year. So I'm not going to be able to finish them all, but we're going to do as best as we can. And this one is going to mark off a yellow book, so that's exciting. Anyways, let's start the timer and let's go. My dog right now, I'm feeling it. Like, yes, vibes. Okay, let's go. Okay, it has been about 2.5 hours on the clock. Like, I've stopped eating, stuff like that, but officially 2.5 hours into the 7-hour and 49-minute reading day. But I'm about 71% through this book now, and oh, it is like a constant, like, heart pounding, because it's just like, it is crazy. I think you would call this a dystopian world, and the way it just kind of like the government here, like it's so outlandish, but the little things they did to get to where they're at now is so similar to the government now. Not even now, like I'm not trying to get all political, but like back in 2020 and since, that kind of craziness, how like the media would stop certain topics from being out, like it would silence people, and that's kind of like against what America's all about. You know, we're all about freedom and freedom of speech. We're allowed to be different, and how that's slowly kind of going away in today's world. Like more people are being silenced, hate speech is becoming a thing, which I understand to an extent, but then to another extent is like there's a freedom of speech. Just because someone says something you don't like doesn't mean they're not allowed to say it. That's like what happened here, but they took it so far as to like you can't do anything. Like one guy just got mad. So like there's holograms and stuff, and like one guy got mad at the hologram of like the president guy talking. He was then the guy who got mad. All he like threw something at the hologram and was like mad. That's all he did, and he would be hunted for the rest of his life and never free again, and like potentially killed. Like, it's insane. And so it's crazy seeing all the things that slowly led to this basically like dictatorship, and how America does some of the little parts of it now, and it's like that's kind of scary. But anyways, I'm going to finish this. The next update you see will be when I'm done with this book and we're picking the next book, but hopefully it won't be long. Like there's not that much left, so let's just keep reading. Okay, there are 4 hours left on the clock. You can see 3 hours and 56 minutes to be exact, and I am done with this book. I literally just finished it a second ago. It was good. So I think I would give this a 3-star. It was good. Okay, it was good. And it turns out the sisters who wrote it are actually twins, just like the twins in the book, and they grew up in Dallas, Texas, where this is set. It was good, and surprisingly, the ending, like the very last 2 pages, like I got chills. Like I felt goosebumps up in my scalp. It was a quick read, so that's one thing about it. If you're looking for something like really intense and like, oh, this probably isn't it? I mean, it's intense, but not like crazy intense. I would say it's a good palate cleanser book. I mean, it's not mystery thriller. I wouldn't even really call it a thriller, but it's just like a dystopian, I don't want to say thriller, but maybe it is, but it's like a dystopian fiction. I don't want to say too much. I really don't want to give too much away when I do my reviews, but basically 3 stars meaning it was good but not great, like not amazing, but not bad, not even close to bad. And I think it's a good, like I said, it's good palate cleanser book. So if that's the kind of thing you're looking for, it's quick, it's different. I really enjoyed it. And there was some like creepy stuff in there that it was talking about what was happening and things that the government started doing like back in the day that led to this. And it's like, wow, that sounds like stuff our government's done. And I don't like politics. I don't like it's important stuff, don't ignore it, but I don't like festering in it or like talking about it too much because it's just depressing and, you know, whatever. So that being said, now let's pick out our next book. It is currently 6:43 and I have 4 hours left to read. I don't think I'm gonna get all 4 hours read because I also still have to take Franklin for a walk this afternoon. It's not long, but I don't think I'll stay up past 10, so I don't think it's gonna happen, but it won't make too much have to carry over. That being said, my next book I already have picked out, Sounds Like Love. This is an Aveyard book club version, which I literally just opened up my first box from them today. They were so kind and sent it to me. They reached out to me. I'd never heard of them before. I think they're like the competitors for Book of the Month Club because they're like the same thing. I think they're the same price, but they have 5 to 6 new releases each month and you can go in and pick which ones you want, or you can like have it be a surprise and you tell it like the genres you like, but it's so cool. So anyways, I opened this up today and I'm like, this is the next read because it's just exciting. I just got it and it's purple. I don't have a purple book, read or unread, on my shelf, and one of the colors in my rainbow book cover challenge that's in my reading journal is purple. And I need to at least get one purple book. So this excites me. And it's different than that one in the sense that this is a romance. So I'm really excited to read it. If you don't know anything about it, the little bit that I know just from reading the synopsis earlier, it takes place in North Carolina, which is super exciting because I'm from South Carolina, so like similar vibes. And it's basically our FMC is a songwriter, like one of the best ones in LA, but then I think she hits like what we call a writer's block, you know, but a songwriter's block. So she moves back home to North Carolina and hoping to, you know, get some inspiration. Then she starts hearing a song sung in like a man's voice singing it, and apparently that man also moves to North Carolina and they meet and they're both kind of annoyed because they're both hearing the song. And so then I think it's like they're like, all right, in order to get this out of our heads, we need to just come together and write this song and then we can be done. I'm assuming they fall in love in the process, but I'm excited. I'm just, there are no words. I'm excited. So I'm not gonna lie to you. It is 11:40 and I finished reading from yesterday. It was like an hour and a half-ish left, and then I got ready. I edited a little video and posted it just now, and then I've been scrolling on TikTok. The whole point of this video is to swap screen time for reading time, and here I am failing. Anyways, before we move on to today's reading amount, I want to give a little update on the book. Now let's see how far I am. I am 43% of the way through this book. I would have liked to give an update sooner, but I didn't expect to get as far as I did. But if you can't tell, so like I decided to tab this book to annotate it, and I'm already getting the 5-star feeling. I don't know, but I'm already getting the feeling. Oh my gosh, I am grinning so hard. Like, I hate that I wasn't filming like recent because oh my gosh, the way I was like just smiling ear to ear and like doing the, you know, the silent scream. Oh my gosh, I'm loving this book so far and I'm like eating it up. I am, like I said, 43% of the way through. I'm on page 166. Oh my gosh, I mean, it's just, oh, I love it so much. I love it so much. It's our FMC and MMC, right? The FMC is she kind of made it big as a songwriter in LA, and our MMC is a musician from a boy band back in the day. Like, they're both in their 30s now. They're like my age. Oh my gosh. Back in their younger day, he was part of a boy band, and obviously the boy band's not together anymore. So like, he's a celebrity, and yeah. I am like living my alternate dream reality of being this age and running into Harry Styles. Like, and that's where my mind's going. And like, he has the long hair. That's my weakness. Men with long hair, like man buns. I don't mean like long hair like mine, but like, you know, and a little man bun, I'm obsessed with it. I know that cringes a lot of people, but that's like my jam. And so when Harry Styles had the long hair, that was like peak, peak, just my type, right? Okay. Anyways, so I am loving this book. Let's see how much I have to read today. Like, I know I'm going to finish this today. Like, I know I am, because I'm sure I have a lot of screen time. If yesterday was almost 8 hours, I'm scared. But okay, so Tuesday of last Tuesday, 6 hours and 22 minutes. Okay, so less time. That's nice, because I'm not getting as early of a start as I wanted to. Okay. 6 hours and 22 minutes. We can do that. What was my TikTok? 2.5 hours. Tracks. Okay, that kind of makes sense. All right, 6 hours, 22 minutes. That's still a lot, but it's way better than 8 hours. Okay, I'm gonna make a snack. I'm probably gonna make some like tuna to have on crackers, because I haven't eaten today yet, and it is 11:44. So we're gonna make a snack and then go sit on the couch and binge the F out of this book, because I am eating it up. Okay, let's go. So I'm eating my ramen, but I just had to say, they're talking about, it's like he's a celebrity, like ex-boy band, you know. He's like telling her all this stuff about himself, and she's like, and she learned this, and his best friend was one of the other singers in Renegade, aka One Direction, who her best friend, and let's face it, about 1 million fans, thought he was having a secret relationship with. If that's not Harry and Louis, like, I don't know if she used them as inspiration, but it sounds like she used them as inspiration. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Stop it right now. Okay, this quote, I'm done. So he said, "I'd rather be alone than surrounded by people who just want something from me." He stared straight ahead at the crashing waves. "Are you scared that I do too?" "Yes," he admitted, still unable to look at me. "It scares me a lot, Bird, because you know more about me than anyone else. But what scares me the most is that I don't know what you'd want." Ah! Oh my gosh. I love this book. This book is so good. Oh my gosh. Oh, look. Just look at the tabs. When I tell you this book, 5 stars. Hands down, 5-star read. This was so good. I'm still thinking about it. I finished this last night I still had a few hours to spare, so we'll get to that in a second. But yes, I finished it last night. You can tell by the tabs that I loved this book, and it made me cry at the end. Like, I'm sad I wasn't recording for that, but I didn't expect it. Oh my goodness. Oh, and it wasn't even like the love story part that made me cry. There's some stuff in here with our FMC's mom. She's sick, and that's part of why our main character goes back home to North Carolina from LA, is because her mom's sick. Oh, it made me cry because it's stuff that I'm scared about with my mom, and just even if I wasn't, just in general, it was, oh, but I don't want to give too much away. It was such a good story. Oh my goodness, and it was just beautifully written. This was my first book from her, and I can't wait to pick up another one. I know, what are they? She's really big with the books. The Dead Romantics, The 7-Year Slip, and A Novel Love Story. I now cannot wait. I've been wanting to read The 7-Year Slip because I've heard such good things about it. But now, like, I truly can't wait to pick up those other books. Like, I really enjoyed this. Oh my goodness. But I'm not gonna stay on this too long because I could talk forever about this. But basically, all you need to know, 5 stars, amazing. As far as like it being a romance book, spiciness, there was some spice, but it was, I wouldn't say closed door because we were in the room when some stuff happened, but it was very non-descriptive and not very it was like PG-13. Okay, so not quite closed door. I wouldn't say young adult because of that, but almost. So if you don't like spice, don't worry. Very low, but just a little bit, very tiny amount. So like I said last night, I finished that and I still had a few hours left. So I started a new book, and I didn't record it just because I was feeling gross. I was in my jammies and I was just going. It was late. So I started Red Queen, and I am reading the special edition of it. This is on my TBR for this month. If you watch my TBR jar video, you'll know this is on it. And I picked this because I wanted to keep reading romance because I was just in the mood and I loved it. But I was like, no, I need to really help prevent a burnout of anything or a reading slump. I want to change up my reads. So like I started off with like a dystopian kind of fiction. I went to a romance book, and so then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pick up a fantasy book, which I'm just not really in the mood for fantasy, but I decided to pick one up anyways because this is also going to help cross off a red book from the Rainbow series and a sprayed edge from the Sprayed Edge challenge. So I picked this up. So right now I am 18% of the way through this, which sounds so little. Oh my goodness. But that's how far I am. I'm on page 74. So far I like it. So like it was a little slower in the beginning just because I literally picked this up right after I finished this book, which might have been a little bit of a mistake, but I have hours I need to get through for this reading vlog, and so I did it. So I was a little distracted in the beginning because I was still thinking about the last book and world building. I'm not a big fan of world building. I think I'm falling back from fantasy books, but I still do like them. I just think I'm definitely going to want romantasy. I don't want a fantasy book that has none or barely any romance in it. I hope that's not the case with this one, but I don't know. I already have the full series, so I'm gonna read it. But the beginning was slightly slow just because we're world building and I don't fully enjoy that, but it's picked up. It didn't take long to pick up either. As you can see, I'm not very far into the book, so it did not take long to pick up. Yeah, I mean, first impressions, I am liking it so far. And what it seems to be like, we're in a world where there's 2 different types of people. Like the segregation is the silvers and the reds. The silvers bleed silver blood and the reds bleed red blood. And the reds are like us normal humans. Silvers are like the elite, or like they have power. Some of them, like they have different types of powers. They're like royalty, they're rich, and they look down on us and that kind of stuff. Our main character is a red, and it seems like Red Queen, she's somehow going to get into the royalty. We'll see. But I am liking it. It's picked up, and so now I am excited to read it. But what we need to do before we can read any more today, because I had like an hour and a half this morning, I did catch up from yesterday's, so I already read some this morning, but now we need to see what amount we need to read today. It is Wednesday, so let's look at last Wednesday. I hope it's not more than yesterday. Like, I'm hoping we're still going down because it's a lot. 4 hours and 39 minutes. Oh, that's so much better. That is so doable. Yes. I hate being able to kind of see into the future because it looks like this is the lowest of the week and it's going to go up higher again. This is good. We can do this. 4 hours and 39 minutes, okay? What did I do Wednesday? I guess I didn't do much. That's awesome. Okay, 4 hours, 39 minutes. I'm gonna read in here for a little bit because I'm gonna try to have some stuff going on in the background like work and maybe take some breaks, but I'll be here. Anyways, I'm just trying to be productive because I still have other stuff to do, but reading is the priority because of the reading vlog. If you hear that, yeah, I'm looking at you. Crazy little dog. Anyways, let's get to reading. Okay, it's the next day. It is Thursday. I got my reading done yesterday and I'm a little over halfway through this book and oh my gosh, I'm loving it. Like, it was a little slow to get into just because I think that's my least favorite part. Hi, come here. You want to say hi? Want to say hi? Okay. If you're gonna move around. So like, that's my least favorite part about fantasy books is the world building, honestly, and like getting to know everybody and the places, and I don't love that. It's just a lot. Or maybe I think sometimes that's fine, like if you're in the mood for that, but I just haven't been in the mood for that lately, and so it's a lot getting through that part of it for me. But after getting through that, this really picked up like more than I expected. I was nervous getting into a fantasy book. So I'm just like, I didn't feel like I was really in the mood. I'm still hung up on the last book, all that kind of stuff. So I was nervous, but I am loving this. And last night it ended on like not a cliffhanger, but kind of like a cliffhanger where I wanted to keep reading so bad, but it was already late. I needed to go to bed, all that good stuff. So now I'm so excited to read again. It's not ball time. It's not ball time yet. Let me finish. So let's see. Dude, so let's see the time that I need to read for today. So it's Thursday. So last Thursday, 5 hours and 55 minutes. Okay, it's not the worst. It's like the third most. It's just more than yesterday. Yesterday was nice, but it's okay. So 5 hours and 55 minutes. Most of it spent on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. Yep, makes sense. So without further ado, I feel like I'm gonna finish this book today. I mean, I'm over halfway through already. Yeah, I'm very excited. But right now I'm going to get my apple, my energy drink. I'm going to relax. Oh, and I want to show you my outfit because it is the cutest thing in the world. I'm wearing activewear like I did yesterday because I'm trying to convince myself to go to the gym later when my boyfriend goes. And I went to the gym last night or yesterday evening. I hated it. I was working out with him and I was just not having it. So I went on the bike and I biked for a bit, and that was good. So today's, I'm just obsessed with it. So the top is from the brand Whiskey. I think this is my favorite sports bra because look at the back. Oh, I'm obsessed with it. And then these are from Halara. I have so much Halara activewear and I love it, but this is brown, which I am not usually like a brown clothing fan, but I love these. And that's like the V waist, which is like super flattering, has the pockets, it's super stretchy, and I just think it's so cute. And I love my little workout outfit even if I don't end up working out, but we're gonna try. Okay, let's go. Oh my goodness. Okay. Whew. Okay, so I'd say my first impression of finishing this, like my first thoughts for a rating, I'm thinking 4.5 stars, honestly. Like, it didn't quite get the 5-star feeling, so I'm not doing 5 stars. But at first I was thinking 4 stars. I'm like, that's not quite enough, because this really intrigued me. And for me, for like a fantasy book to keep me going, because the last 2 fantasy books I read were Iron Flame and Onyx Storm. And while they were great, I struggled to get through them just because they were very long. And I was in that story for so long, like just, ugh. But I'm going to say 4.5 stars. This was so good. There were twists that I did not expect. And I even knew, like, I knew twists were coming, obviously. But everything I gathered, I was like, they're making it too obvious. So it's not going to be this. Or they're making this the certain kind of obvious that, like, I was so wrong. Because for a minute there, we had, like, a love triangle going on. And then we had, like, a love square going on. And then everything was shot to hell. This was just so good. I don't have words. If you haven't read this, I know a lot of people have. Whenever I've shown this, like on TikToks, whatever, people talk about they read it back in high school and like there's a really, really good book and how much they loved the series and stuff. And I get it now. I put it off for too long. This was so good. This was so good. And I am excited to continue. Oh my goodness. Okay, we have a little over 2 hours left for the day of reading. So I need to pick another book. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna pick one off of my TBR again. Just, oh my gosh. Hi, okay, so I ended up picking up The Perfect Marriage, which this is what it looks like without the dust jacket on it, and it's so cool. I love it. But okay, so I ended up picking this up. I did, okay? I don't have an explanation, but I did. The sprayed edges, gorgeous, and I'm going to be able to mark off a sprayed edge on my reading challenge. But besides the point, I am on page 82, so 20-something% of the way through this. Oh my gosh. I really didn't know what to expect. I've never like looked up anything. I've purely liked this just from, I've seen people say they liked it, but also just the cover and that kind of stuff. And I knew I'd like it. So I went in not knowing what it is, thinking like maybe one of the spouses kills the other spouse and blah, blah, blah. But that's not the case. So this happens early on in the book, so it's not a spoiler. But our FMC is a like top-notch criminal defense attorney. So like she represents bad guys and like defending them. She's like all that. She's a partner in a firm, like rich, super successful, super busy. So her husband is a bit neglected and he's a writer and hasn't really written a book in a long time. So basically she makes the money and he doesn't. That's gonna get to you. They've been married for 10 years and he's having an affair. It's not okay, but I mean, you can understand. She's not giving him what he needs in the marriage, blah, blah, blah. Again, doesn't mean he should be cheating. Like, if it's that bad, leave, don't cheat, but whatever. His mistress ends up dead. And he's like, I didn't do it. I don't know what happened, blah, blah, blah. And so now she's having to represent him as his lawyer. Oh, that's where we're at. We got there 20% into the book. So like, that's not a spoiler. That's what the rest is going to be about. And probably the next book, I don't know. But oh my gosh, I didn't expect that. Like because I didn't know anything about this book, but it is so good. I'm loving it so far, just devouring it. And so I can't wait to read more. So without further ado, we're going to see how long I have to read today. All right, so today's Friday. So it would have been last Friday, 6 hours and 34 minutes. We're getting back up there. Oh my gosh. Okay. 6 hours, 34 minutes. All right. I hope we can do this. Yeah, we can do this. It is 8:57 right now, so almost 9 o'clock. We just got to do it. We just got to get started. So 6 hours, 34 minutes. Let's do this. we're done with the challenge. I don't know if I gave you a full proper update on this since the last time we talked, but we're done with the book. We're done with our time. I think I had like a few minutes left. I don't remember. And I decided not to start a whole new book and continue into the weekend. We're just making this a 5-day long week. But to say this book was phenomenal is an understatement. The understatement of the year. Okay, this book was just glorious. Oh my goodness, it was so good. Bless you. Hi, Bob. I love you, yo baby. And earlier I thought I might have accidentally been giving a spoiler when I talked about the man's mistress, but literally on the cover it says his mistress is dead, his wife is his only hope. So that's not a spoiler. So basically, quick little recap because I'm not going to give away too much, but there's a husband and a wife. He has a mistress. Hi, Bubby. Oh, you want to sit with Mama? You want to sit with Mama? So yeah, he has a mistress. You can understand how he got there, but that's not me saying that it is acceptable or okay, but you can understand how he got there. And then she winds up dead. He's like, I don't know what happened. I didn't do it. Because of course she winds up dead when she's with him, but he didn't realize. Okay, his wife is this big shot criminal defense attorney, as I mentioned before, and she decides hello. Ooh. She decides to take on his case because she's like, I'm the best you've got, even though of course she's like gut-wrenched, heartbroken, and shocked, but she's like, he couldn't have done it, and I'm the best chance he has to get out of this, you know? And so she takes on the case, and so then we're just going through like the betrayal that she's feeling while also just the many things that keep coming about this case. Like so many things keep popping up and it's like, what is happening? So you're with her and like how it's heart-wrenching for her and like how could this happen, but look at her being strong. And then it's also just like the mystery of like, well, if he didn't do it, who did? And you know, did he do it? We don't know. But let me tell you, like, I didn't want to put it down, first of all, but also there was a twist. Pardon the dog. I knew there would be some sort of little twist. There's always a twist type of thing with mysteries, but way beyond what I expected. And I mean, there was a part where my jaw was on the floor, like last chapter, jaw on the floor. It was so good. 6 stars. This is a 6-star top tier read for me. I cannot wait till next year because I'll be off my book buying ban and I'm going to go get the other book, The Perfect Divorce, or put it on like a Christmas wish list or something because I can't wait to read that. I do go stop biting mommy for 2 seconds. You like how my nails kind of match my dog? Look at him. Look at him, matchy. Okay, I'm not gonna like try to do the math right now, but editing Hannah will do the math. Here's how long we read this week, Monday through Friday, and we read what? Is it 4 books? Something like that? Wow, I got so much reading done this week. I loved it, but it did get stressful. I don't want to read 8 hours every day, and because I don't want to burn myself out either, but yeah, we got a lot done. Favorite book, definitely The Perfect Marriage. Definitely The Perfect Marriage. Oh, thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll be posting something on my Instagram story. So you guys need to go follow me over there because that's where I'll ask you guys questions and take polls and stuff like that. And I'll have a question for you guys about my reading vlog that I'll be filming after that. So stay tuned. Thank you guys again so much for watching. If you made it this far, leave a little coffee emoji and let me know that you're a real one. Thanks again so much for watching and have a wonderful day.